Those bananas are already getting all brown. I don't know what the problem is. Fruit, that's the
Should have spent
problem.
more.
I should have bought chips and salsa. Chips and salsa don't go brown. Look at that into the camera. We got our webcams going.
And you spent $2.25 on that banana. Be nice to
$500
it.
banana
Oh, yeah,
would still be yellow.
500. Yeah, exactly. In the studio with me is Emily Weirs, as well as producer Mike. I'm James Larson. KRNA Morning Show. So we've talked about, and if you're just joining us, Emily is an auctioneer from Seoul in Iowa. We're going to talk about Seoul in here, but you're on the Storage Wars TV show, and you're doing a great job. You're filming episodes right now, and you said you're not really in love with Hollywood or Los Angeles, so probably not going to move there anytime soon, I'm guessing.
No. I grew up in Seoul, small town, Iowa. And I really haven't spent hardly any time even in Iowa City or Cedar Rapids other than our auctions on the weekends. I like the small town. And then as soon as I graduated from high school, I moved to Wyoming and I lived there for 7 years. And
Wyoming, Iowa?
No, the state.
Oh, Wyoming, the state.
I love, the West. I love, wide open country, and I love the West. And my fiance lived in Idaho for 7 years too. So we both love the mountains. And
so what does he do? We got to talk about him because I'm sure he's listening. Congratulations. What's his first name?
Cody.
Cody. What does Cody do? Is he a barber? Is he a mechanic? What's he do?
He's a professional steer wrestler, a professional rodeo cowboy.
Yep. I like it. So he travels probably all over the country as well.
He does, yep.
You gotta, if you're going to travel, you got to find a significant other that wants to travel too.
You
have to.
He was in Vegas on Tuesday. I was in Cedar Rapids. He flew into Denver at 11. I flew into Denver at 1. He was coming home, and I was going to LA. So it was like we waved at each other through midair. But yeah, I mean, it happens.
Like Sleepless in Seattle or something.
Yeah, jet setters. Well, that's very cool. And where are you guys going to? You're getting married this year?
Yeah, in 17 days.
Wow.
Congratulations. Wow.
Now, will it be a minister or an auctioneer running it?
Yeah, it's going to be real quick.
Hey, we got to wait over here. Do you take the guns. Oh, we got somebody over. Anybody else object to this wedding?
There you
go. To the guy in the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots with the spurs on
there
the back.
There you go. Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go.
You've
honestly.
inspired James Larson's to a new side career. Like he doesn't have enough going on.
I know. I think I'm going to maybe look into this. So, real quick, talk about growing up in Seoul, and what was the best part about growing up in that great little town?
I think I must have taken it for granted because, like I said, I was born and raised there. And I mean, we traveled a bit. We used to go to all of our national auctioneers conventions, which were all over the country. But it was just home to me. I didn't really realize that it wasn't like that everywhere else. And then when I moved to Wyoming, I loved that as well. And it was actually even more small towny than Solon, if you can imagine that. I mean, there's fewer people in Wyoming than anywhere else. So I just love that feel of knowing everybody when you go into the grocery store. Mm-hmm. And, I didn't realize that some people grow up not knowing all of their classmates. I mean, I had 82 classmates, and I met people from Cedar Rapids who graduated with hundreds of students and didn't know the names of all their fellow students. I thought that was mind blowing to me because I didn't even know really that was a thing. I took it for granted, but it was really great.
I grew up in a town of 2,500, and I had like 62 in my class. It was fantastic, and these were kids that I went to school with K through 12.
Exactly,
all the way,
me too.
I
have people now who are still my friends that I was in diapers with in preschool. I mean, we're my maid of honor at my wedding. We were in preschool together, and we went to India last year. I mean, we're still best friends.
And as of a couple of years ago, no more diapers for anybody. So
yep,
congratulations.
Finally got out of diapers.
I'm sure you make everyone in Solon quite proud because you're very well spoken, articulate, creative.
Thanks.
You sing and you create jewelry or leather boots and things like that. Yep. Wow, where do you find the time to get all this stuff in? Oh my gosh,
I don't know. Like I can't even think about it because then it just stresses me out. So I just 1 minute to the next.
Step.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's extremely busy for me because of my wedding, coming up in a couple weeks. But I'm hoping as soon as that's behind me, I'll have more time. But I mean, I'm trying to manage all of our online auctions, and I do have some small gigs coming up for singing. I don't have a lot. I mean, after American Idol last year, I kind of,
forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
She just slipped that in there. Well, after American Idol last year, you're kind of like the female version of Ashton Kutcher, coming out of small town Iowa. You're in Hollywood, killing it. But yeah, real quick before we go, what was it like to be on American Idol?
It was fun. I can't even explain what it was like to. I mean, I haven't met celebrities before. Yeah. I mean, and I asked
met Mike.
I know, besides you guys now, but I kept asking other people who had auditioned before. I said, "What's it going to be like when I get in there and see Keith Urban and Jennifer Lopez and Harry Connick Jr.?" And they're like, "I can't tell you what it's going to be like." They're like, "It's just
is what it is.
They're in front of you. You can't. You're like, are you real sitting there?
Who's Keith Urban? Like a camera guy or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
sorry.
funny. So, but they were so nice. I was amazed. I kind of thought they'd be kind of snobby and kind of like, all right, let's get this, let's get this over with. But they were super nice. They were really genuine
What
people.
song did you do?
They were really interested in my auctioneering. They wanted to hear about it. I sang "Bring on the Rain" by Jody Messina. It's a country song.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But
I tried out
Classic, too.
I did More Than Words by Extreme. I was thrown out before I could even get into the foyer of the Hollywood Palladium. So, real quick, is the Storage Wars going to cover the wedding? Will they be there with the camera crew?
I hope not. There was no talk of that. It would be a
Okay.
surprise if they showed up.
Okay, great. Well, if you give me some music, Pat, we're going to do just 5 real quick
All right,
questions
here
for
we
you.
go.
We're going to wrap things up here. And there you go, Mikey. Thank you. All right, number 1, what's the craziest thing you've ever had to auction off?
Toilet paper?
Toilet paper. I like it. I like it.
I mean, not that exciting, but kind of crazy.
It's
It
kind of
is.
crazy.
Well,
Number
odd.
2, what's the best part of your job?
Working with my dad, probably.
Yeah, nice.
And number 3, it can be the same answer. What's the worst part of your job?
Working with my dad, yeah. No.
We'll just move on. Number 4, have you ever been booed while auctioneering? Have you ever been booed?
No. I do have some new haters from Storage Wars, but it is
You
what
have
it
haters
is.
already?
I do. I know.
Oh my gosh! Already, people are just
I know.
so
They're mean.
Yeah, they're just not kind. And finally, last but not least, I want you to auction off a dinner with Mike Ferris, as if there was a group of
Ooh.
people in here wanting to go to dinner with producer Mike. I'll start the bidding at $25.
25. Okay. And how about 50? It's 25 divided by now $50 divided by 25. 50. 75 divided by 50. 75 divided by 75. Now 100. It's 75 now. 100 divided by 100 and a quarter now. 125. 100 and 200 now. 50 divided now 250 divided by $2,000 now 2. In the town 5,000. $10,000 divided by $10,000 divided by $10,000. Hit 10 pound 10 divided by 10 $10,000 divided by sold it to you $5,000.
You better walk me to the door for that, pal. That's all I'm going to say. Give her a round of applause, everybody.
Emily Weirs, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. And you can catch Storage Wars. Just Google it on the A&E, and A&E's got a website, and we'll learn all about this. And I really wish you the best of luck. I hope you become the next Ashton Kutcher, but it's going to be the next Emily Weirs.
And all the best to you and Cody on your upcoming nuptials.
Thank you.
Blessings from all of our
Thanks a
listeners
lot.
on their behalf. We'd like to thank you again for coming in today.
Thank you.
And do me a favor, come back next year when the shows start airing. You've got an open seat here on the KRNA Morning Show. We'll be right back with more right after this.